game.
That's true.
Play the game at hand. Quit thinking down the road. You had to put Auburn out your brain and play the game at hand because Oklahoma, that's what they did. They weren't worried about playing LSU next week. They were worried about beating Alabama tonight. And guess what? They did it. Hats off to Oklahoma. That's all I can say.
Facts. That's a whole fact, man, piano man. And I'm guilty of that myself, man. I'm guilty of that. I'm 100% guilty of that myself for content. Um, Definitely, man. Shout out to man to everybody who tapping in. We got a lot of people tapped in tonight, man. Next King with the $5 super chat says that will win, that will to win is gone. It didn't matter what the score was in the Saban era. We always thought we had a chance. Not with these guys. Yeah, it's a little different day, Next King. But Next King, thank you for that $5 super chat, my brother. Much love and roll tide to you, man. Shout out to my brother Antoine Currington. What's up, Twan? What's going on, boy? What's up, man? How you been, bro? Much love to the brother Antoine, man. Listen, man, let me get Coach Carl. All these guys have hit it. Piano Man told us his spiel. He was spot on, man. Coach J, Coach Al, these dudes are spot on, man. Let me get you, Coach Carl. Let me know your thoughts, man, from the rooter to the tutor, man. I need to know.
And man, Coach Sean, honestly, man, I was so mad, bro. I thought not to even
Yeah,
come on. Like, I ain't even gonna tell
yeah,
you no lie. I was
yeah.
just
I
that mad.
understand.
The simple fact is, man, like everybody was saying, how can you do such a horrible job at adjusting? That's
Preparation,
one.
yeah.
How
Facts.
can you be such a horrible job from the quarterback standpoint at reading the angles that these people blitzing you from?
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen is not a first time quarterback anymore. This is his second year starting quarterback. Once you fake the hand off and you kept it trying to get outside and you see a linebacker sitting outside waiting on you, and then you pull it to go other side, linebacker sitting outside waiting on you. And at this point, you know we running double edge spy.
Yeah.
We running a double edge spy on the quarterback. Your best bet is just like everybody saying, dive that shit up the middle. When you hand that shit out to Jam Miller around the middle got what 15 yards on 2 plays, and then you turn around and go right back to this Jalen Miller keep shit.
Yep.
Man, they playing the spy on the outside. You're not gonna beat Oklahoma to the outside of the ball. Run that shit down their throat. And then when you finally start making a little decent passes, man, like what the fuck is Dupree doing?
Yes.
Dupree dropped three first down tonight. Ryan dropped the first down tonight. Then the Harvard called by the referee with all the head contact that they ain't calling. But you can't blame the ref, man. When your team has no life, your offensive coordinator has no life, your defense is sucking on life because they run this Vanderbilt offense at you and they coming at you 100%. When the game started and that quarterback ran the ball three straight times, at that point, I'm running the same damn defense they ran on me. I'm gonna run this double edge goddamn spy, and I'm gonna make you run the ball up the middle. Run the ball to Lawson. Stop making these guys go side to side. Oklahoma made that defense run. They run one side, they run to the other side. They kept going side to side, wide side of the field, side to side like windshield wiper blades, man. Now you turn your windshield wiper, go one side to the one side to the one side to the other. And that's how they ran their offense. They spread the team and they ran from sideline to sideline to sideline to sideline, and they kept the linebackers moving. Once you get the linebacker moving and they start sucking out, it ain't nothing you can do because what you bring Lawson out, he the signal call. It ain't but one
Facts.
him with the green stick on it. So now you're gonna have to play him two downs. If you and they still running the ball on short yardage, you got to play him three downs. Now it's four downs. Now it's five downs. 6, 7 straight downs. They just got to be on the field calling play, running side to side to side to side. He don't have them legs like that, the energy like that. But that's how you see in the second half he got injured because you running these guys side to side to side to side. Ain't nobody ran them like that all year. Oklahoma scheme was perfect. They had a whole week off
It's a whole
to
fact.
sit back and chill. They playing this thing perfect. They went in and picked up on what Vandy did, and they came out there and they ran that Vanderbilt crazy, cocky, vicious style game. Once I seen Miro in infected, bro, and I hate to say it because I love the kid to death, I would have pulled him.
I,
Like just me personally, I would
he's
have
not the
pulled him.
solution.
Hey,
I
coach,
would have.
let me say one thing too. I'm sorry, coach. We got to say this, man. We've all been around the game a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
I was telling my wife who's watching the game. The game's about momentum, momentum is real. But coaches choke too.
That's a fact.
Okay, and if the
That's a fact.
coaches start choking, that's gonna spill down in the players. It's gonna spread like a disease. Ain't nobody believing in nothing. And so we saw our offensive coordinator choke against Tennessee. We saw our offensive coordinator choke against Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
We saw our offensive coordinator choke tonight. On the biggest stage of the year, we saw our offensive coordinator choke. He choked. He absolutely choked. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so that spread right down to the players. And then we had no gas. We had no juice when we didn't score in the first half. You cannot play in the SEC this year on the road behind. Can't do it.
Can't do it, man.
And you
Look
got to
what
think
happened in the
about
swamp today. You can't do it.
think about it like this too, man. Like what I
Coaches
told
choke.
one of my closest, my homeboy, like my brother. He texted me. He said, "Man, I hadn't seen Bama play this bag in a long time." I said,
Facts.
"Man,
Coach Jay said that.
this is
Facts.
Mike Shula, 100%
Mm.
Mike Shooter. Last time we played this bad, Mike Shooter was the head coach. We came in, and most of the game we came in, we was what 2 touchdown favorite and got beat. And he beat the games that he was underdogs in. The game he was underdog, he won. The game he was favorite, he lost them all. And this is what we come. This they're like, I hate to say it, man, but I mean it's better than Saban's first year. But Saban was left with a Ferrari. So you look at what the boys come in with the talent. Now he lost a lot of talent, true enough, but he still got more talent on his roster than Oklahoma had in the whole state. So I knew. I told y'all last week. I told you last week when Jason and all them was on here saying they just hope they make it through the game
Facts. We said don't
without
fall for that. Don't
without
fall for
getting
that.
hurt. What I
Uh-huh.
told them, I said this is Alabama coming to town, and that's still Oklahoma.
Yep.
They gonna come to play, and they gonna put some boost to Bama ass if Bama don't show and play. I told them they didn't
Yep.
want to hear. Oklahoma is not going to lay down to no Alabama. There's no team in the country going to lay down Alabama. There's two teams in the country right now that everybody going to get up to play. That's Alabama and Georgia. When Georgia coming in your house, they coming to put boost to your ass. And Bama coming to your town, their whole damn family, their business is closed when Bama come to town.
That's a
They
fact.
already know what time it is. All the doors closed. Everybody in the stadium, everybody outside the stadium. And soon as Bama win, they go in there and bust out the windows. Soon as they lose, they open all the damn stores up because now they're about to sell all the beer they had in the whole state. I
Yeah.
mean,
Bama commands everybody's attention. We command
everybody's
it.
attention.
That's a fact.
That's why when they was talking about when you mentioned earlier about them white helmets, what I said, it could be a good thing if they wore white helmets because it would bring some lifestyle to the team. I knew Bama going into Oklahoma. I said it before the season started. That was going to be the upset. That was my biggest game of worry because Oklahoma probably wasn't going to have a good year, and Bama going to roll in there. Oklahoma going to goddamn put some boot to our ass.
That's a
That's
fact.
what happened tonight. I
That's
mean,
what
it's
happened.
Brett Venom. We lost three. Now we don't lost 3 times to Brett Venoms.
Yeah.
Three
Closing down
times.
here. Let me
Two
say
times
this
to
before I give it.
Clemson, 1 time to Oklahoma. Like
Yeah,
we
exactly, Coach
just
Carl. Let me say this real quick before I give it back to Coach Jay. Let me say this real fast, man. Man, my quick little spiel is, bro, and I try to not to get on him too bad because I understand it's his first year, and coaching is a progression. All these dudes on this panel know that it's a progression, man. You know, you learn your team as the season go along. You learn who can do what. You learn the strengths, the weaknesses. This guy may be good on 9 routes. This guy may be a little bit better. He's more of a possession guy. You know what I mean? You learn your team as the season go along, right? You learn your team in the spring, right? But as the games start going, you start finding more about your team, your strengths, your weakness, what we do well, what we don't do well. I've never been a Nick Sheridan fan. I'll just be the one to tell you. I wasn't even a Nick Sheridan fan after the LSU game because if you coach football, you know we probably would never do that again for the rest of the season, right? This many play. Coaching is film study, guys. It's watching film on teams. It's what This is Brent Venables, bro. This is not your average fly by night defensive guy. I sit right here on this very panel, and I told you guys Friday morning, same thing Coach Carl just said. I said, if we're not careful, we're gonna look up in the fourth quarter, and our ass gonna be in a fight. Well, I was wrong by one thing. It wasn't no fight.
Wasn't no fight.
Our asses was whipped by the fourth quarter, right? So everybody kept talking about how bad we're gonna blow them out. Brother, football is a segmented game. It's players, it's coaching, it's execution, all coming together. When one of them don't be there, you're gonna lack in that. Now, my problem is this really quickly. The offensive play call in the first half was pee-wee, right? You did this against LSU. This team has had a week off. I coached offense for 7 years. You really think that's gonna work against these guys, right? And I know you had it on your brain because you ran it from the first play. That told me right there. No, bro. No. They was ready for that. Just like Coach Al said, they weren't overrunning the play. Their leverage wasn't bad like LSU. These guys were in the right positions. They were playing with energy, and they was physical up front. Here's the thing. The defense seemed like it was a step off the whole night. They was pounding us with that 3-man front. Even when I never did understand why you had LT Overton on the outside. Okay, he got beat to the outside. Cool. After that, you're going to have to adjust. But we kept LT out there on the edge. LT is great in the run game, but when you run into the edges, he's not fast enough to run nobody down like that. He's physical in the run game. In a 7-man ball, he's physical. But if you got people running jet sweeps and stuff, LT can't run nobody down like that, man. And they done that over and over and over and over again. I'd rather see Yanze Pierre out there. That's the case, you know? So
He fast.
yeah, man. So Oklahoma was more physical. I seen that. And I also say this is what I want to bring Coach J back in on. And I want y'all to speak on this. Somebody got to tell me this, man. I don't want to overreact because I'm angry. What is the deal with us not running the football? I'm not talking about Jalen Milroe. We hadn't had a 100-yard rush, I don't think, all year long from the running backs position, right? Me and Coach Al talked about it. Me and Coach J, me and Coach Carl, me and Piano. We all talked about it. Why do we not even give our running backs the opportunity to run the bro? We'll run the ball, we get positive yardage, we'll move the sticks, we stop and go back, passy, right? Or quarterback counter read, which that was a dub from the beginning. Coach J, come back here and tell me your thoughts on, is these people just allergic to running the ball? I've said all year long, it's like these guys are not, this is that Pac-12 stuff. You gotta run the football at some point in time. What you think, Coach J?
It's just incompetency. That's just the only word that I can just think of, man. This is a stubborn coaching staff.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And the crazy part is Kalen DeBoer has a Nick Saban kind of problem where he's too loyal to his coaching staff. He won't make, again, he's not going to fire any of these guys. He'll demote them. If they're going to leave, if he's going to fire them, it's kind of like, well, they're going to leave and take another job. That kind of counts as firing. He's a loyal guy. And Kalen DeBoer was at point an offensive coordinator. He can coach. I mean, this is his offense. Sheridan is running DeBoer's offense. This is his. So DeBoer can step in at any point and any time and take over play calling duties. But again, I got to give, I have to give blame to DeBoer because he played a hand into it. He played a hand into what sort of offense that they should roll with Jalen Milroe. And this reminds me so much when Michael Penix Jr. first took over, because this was very similar to when he first took over as the quarterback. What were they doing with Michael Penix? A lot of east-west crap, a lot of QB design runs, running east-west with your running backs instead of not running north to south, no inside zones, no running up the gap between the A or the B gap, always trying to run off to the outside, trying to control the edge, dominate the edge, and just mainly running it off of there. This reminds me so much of Michael Penix's first year as a quarterback in Indiana. I'm going to continue to say it. I don't think that Jalen Milroe he fits this what Kalen DeBoer wants in a quarterback. He does not fit what they want to do. We have not seen the fullest, even the closest full extent to what this actual offense is capable of until we have a quarterback that can be an effective passer. And it's no fault to Miro. It is no fault to Miro at all, because at the end of the day, we know what his skill set is. We know going into the season what sort of expectations we need to have for Milroe going into year one in another offensive scheme. But not utilizing your running backs. Again, even in Indiana, despite all the East-West stuff that they were doing, Indiana at least was able to be effective at running the ball. DeBoer, when he was at Washington last year, they had a running back that had over and Dylan Johnson. He had over 1,200 rushing yards. Like, they were effective. They ran the ball a lot. Now, of course, Michael Penix Jr. was nowhere near the runner that he once was because of all the lower body injuries that he suffered all throughout his career. But it's surprising to me that you have this much talent in this backfield with Richard Young and Daniel Hill and Justice Haynes and Jem Miller. You have 5-star and 4-star running backs all across the board. And you fail to utilize any of these backs. You don't have a workhorse back on this team. Now, it's not the fact that you don't have you do have the workhorse running backs on this team. You just don't want to use them. I don't get it. It's like DeBoer says, you know what? Miro is the sole weapon of this team. We live and die with Miro on the ground, apart for our running game and our passing game. I don't get it. I don't understand why we don't want to utilize these backs. But it cost us again.
Hey, Jans.
What's up, Coach?
One thing you look at it, and I think you're touching on some things, man. Alex Grubb is an O-line coach. Full stop right there. He was also your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheridan was a second string, third string quarterback in Michigan. He's a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's a mentality. Grubb had a mentality. He's going to run the football. He had the O-line. Okay. And he was also the principal play caller. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? He's going to have everybody set with protections. He's going to have everybody looking at run fits. He's going to know what kind of pressures the other defense is running. He's going to know all of that up front. Coach Cap is our O-line coach. He got here in January. He does not know the boy system like Grubb did. Grubb knew it inside and out.
Yep.
Okay, so everybody needs to take a deep breath here, man. Let's get this thing in place. Let's keep the talent pool coming. Let's keep the pipeline coming. What we saw today was the fundamental cracks in the scheme all year long with our staff. This is 10 months in. Okay? But I will say one thing about this, Coach. Championship teams play championship defense. Defense travels.
Yeah.
I don't care what the crowd is doing. Defense travels. And tonight, I was telling a good friend of mine, he lives in Tuscaloosa, been knowing the guy since ever. I was saying tonight, we should play to our defense, get turnovers, get short fields, so our offense can hit chunk plays over the top. So we wouldn't have to be trying to run 12 play drives and get up on these guys. That should have been a central game plan. We should have been playing to our defense on the road and put the clamp on these guys. I never saw that, Coach Sean. Never saw that, Coach Jay. I'm an old school kind of guy, and I just do know defense wins championships still. And our defense tonight just didn't deliver. The same things, again, we're going to say it over and ad nauseum. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm talking football.
Facts.
Okay? When the team is running a veer against you, you take away the midline, you take away off tackle, you take away the quarterback, you take away the dive, you take away the running back, period. Make them throw the ball over the top. We got guys that can cover on the outside and lock their guys down because they were down like their third string receivers. And then one got hurt. So why are you not crowding the box? It's fundamental football, man. And so emotion is away. We lost. Get over it. Ole Miss lost. I told my wife tonight, I said, look, a team can go 1-10. If that one wins against Bama, the coach don't get a raise.
That's a whole
and the
fact.
fans gonna storm the field. So y'all had y'all one win. That's good. We got this helmet says 18, and we ain't going nowhere. We'll be back. We don't like losing like this, but we're gonna be back. I'll say that right now, 100%.
I think the best thing, honestly, that we have to do is that there has to be continuity with this coaching staff and the scheme that is going to be installed in
Got to be a
place.
shakeup.
Yep, you got to have some sort of continuity, and whether if you got to I keep saying this, I think
Sheridan ain't the guy.
Yeah, you got
Nah.
to downgrade
He
him.
toast.
You got to because he's the interim. He's technically the interim OC. You got to
chokes.
you have to bring in someone, man, that understands the a variation of this offense, but the philosophy, I think, of this offense, it needs to go back down to what Ryan Grubb was able to establish, which was having a Jordan Moore award-winning offensive line, establishing more of a ground game, and letting Kalen DeBoer and the rest of the staff handle it through the air. But we also got to get the quarterback in place too. The quarterback has got to be in place that can use this offense to the fullest of this offense.
One more thing, Coach. I'm sorry for jumping. So, you know me, Coach. I'm quintessential. I'm counting 1001, 1002. How long the guy got a chance to throw the football?
Barely no time.
So everybody gonna jump on 4.
No,
everybody gonna jump on 4.
Mm-hmm.
When he had time to throw the ball, he was putting it right on guys. They dropping the football. Okay, so is it all on him?
And we didn't do him any favors.
Guys
with the play
around
calling.
him has to play better for him to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys around him were playing like crap. So
Crap.
So you gonna put it all on 4? 4 got his butt beat tonight. How many times the guy got hit in the head tonight? It never got called.
Okay? You got hit plenty of time. I won't put it all on 4, but when you got a quarterback and they know that all the quarterback gonna do is run and he's not that effective passing, you switch it. And then you put in a different style quarterback and then give your running backs a chance to see what they can do. And once your game, if the running back get the rolling, then you can bring the quarterback in, and then you can use both as a weapon at that point, because the offense will be tailored then towards the running game, towards the running backs. This offense's run game is predicated on Jalen Miro. It's 100% run game is Jalen Miro. We have three of the top damn backs in the country. And neither one of them had 10-yard carries in the game this year. I just can't believe. I don't even know who had 10 carries in the game this year.
Wouldn't shock me if somebody transferred, Coach Carl. Wouldn't shock me at all.
Somebody.
I'll be honest. Richard Young. I think I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them leave.
All 3 of them gone.
It's a fact.
All 3 of them.
You hadn't even used them.
I'm gonna just be honest. Justin gone. Richard Young probably gone. Daniel Hill's probably gonna be the 3rd one leave. Jam probably gonna try to go to the NFL, or he gonna take a big NIL deal somewhere like Ohio State, because they're gonna need a running back, because they're gonna lose too. Man, we about to lose our whole damn running back. I'm just being honest. The whole staff about to leave, in the way they run offense in Alabama right now. If they're not running that ball, man, we probably gonna lose AK Deer. We already lost Turbo. I mean, just think about it. The way you utilizing your running backs. And we have all these running backs on our roster, and they running back transfer. Somebody gonna stay because they'll be the only running back in the room, and they'll get a lot of touches. But I'm so nervous right now that we probably gonna lose AK Deer. I'm just being real, man. We got two tackles coming in, 2 5-star tackles coming in. That's gonna have to start next year as true freshmen. And then Caleb Proctor, he's a big body. They probably gonna have to move it inside to a guard. I mean, because he can't handle the edge right now by himself unless he cut down some weight. Pritchard, oh my God. I mean, we could have put anybody in the game inside Pritchard. Pritchard got beat all night.
He did real bad tonight.
And he the front side. So he Jalen Miro front side. Proctor didn't get beat as much as Pritchard. Proctor got beat a few times. I seen where, they double teaming when the center should have called a solo. Like, you got solos, you got aces, you got deuces. And then, they double teaming when he should have called solo. You got a zero technique. That's a solo. You have no business calling no damn double team when you got a zero. I mean, they line up with putting the man in directly on top of him, and he called for a solo. Kalen Proctor double teaming, and then you turn loose the defense in for a running back to pick up. Like, I mean, it's just a lot of mixed reads, man. Offensive line reads. You got 3-man blocking 1. And then you turn loose the damn 5 technique. Like, how are you going to buy a center, a guard, and a tackle, take a damn D tackle, and turn loose the 5 technique? That don't make sense. Like I'm just being, I can understand that you running the quarterback dive, or you running the, or you it's a running back dive. You going up behind the center, and you just trying to kick out the two defensive tackle, open up the hole that running back go one on one with a linebacker. But you
Mhm.
running outside, like you trying to rush outside when they turn loose a fire tick. You know where you gonna run outside zone, man. They take and they turn loose a fire. And I shit, I just started doing high school football on the offensive side and start learning the keys of their offensive line keys this year. And I know damn well you can't turn loose a fire tick and you trying to run outside zone. You trying to run stretch. How you gonna try to run stretch with a big with Pritchard big ass? He can't move. You cannot run stretches on to that man. That defensive lineman across your face. The play's dead. So what why are they treat what keep I mean, damn, you could have fake run stretch this side and quarterback keep direct at the middle of all this outside run. You did it on LSU because LSU was weaker than us.
Hey,
Oklahoma was not weak. Oklahoma was
Right.
damn in most games they played. They just
we
didn't
said
have the wide
so
receiver to go down the field and
That's right.
contest nobody because of
talked
the
about that.
quarterback
Yes,
play
sir. Facts, coach. Facts,
because the
coach.
quarterback play. Now you gonna sit down here and try to outman a Brett Venables. Brett Venables had one of the most lethal defenses you ever seen in college football when he was at Clemson. He ain't leave Clemson and forgot football. It just don't happen. You got to come to the table with something different. You can't always walk into the game. Well, this worked against LSU. We're gonna run it again. But this worked last week against Mercer. We're gonna do it again. Hell, Mercer shot down the damn passing game for the most part last week. What happened to Mercer? Jalen Miro run. Okay, so now everybody see LSU, Jalen Miro, Mercer, Jalen Miro. What the hell you think Venom saying? Oh shit, they can't pass the ball. They ain't pass the ball on Mercer. All they got is Ryan Williams. So let's double team Ryan Williams and make Miro run the ball. He gonna run the ball dead to us. We ain't even gotta pressure him that much. We just gotta contain the edges. He gonna come to us. Man, that's easy defense. That's easy picking. Coach Sean, you an offensive guy. Yeah, you can call defense to start that
It's a
because
fact.
you know offense. If you know offense, you know what he doing. They ain't do no penny. The offensive guard was trying to pull, couldn't get around to do no kicks. I mean, you couldn't kick, you couldn't rap, you can't do nothing. Parker Brensler was the number one center coming out of college, coming into the season. Parker Brensler looked like Sam Seth McLaughlin for the most part with Dr. Bad Snaps. I mean, man, it's bad, bro. Like it's literally bad. And I didn't think Ryan Grove would make that big of a deal, but Ryan Grove made a hell of a damn deal. And me personally, I would
Mhm.
have like we all said, when the season first started, instead of putting Nick Sheridan there, you should have put Jamarcus Shepard as the offensive coordinator because he is the passing game coordinator, and he knows if he know the passing game, that means he know the blocking scheme, he know the run game. Put it as offensive coordinator and get him tell him 100%. Like somebody gonna have to just go in there and say, hey, the hell with all this goddamn pass and zone reading concept shit. Man, let's run the fucking football. Oklahoma ran the football and they
Yeah.
made Bama stop it. They barely threw the football, man. They ran it. And if they didn't run it, if they didn't get it, they'll punt it, and then now you're gonna still come back. We'll come back after you gonna run, and make you stop it. High school football. That's it.
They
Ninety
took a
percent of the
page.
high school does what? Run the ball dead at your
Yeah.
ass and
They
make
took
you
a big
stop it.
page out of the Vanderbilt book too. They really did. Some of their
Mhm.
inside stuff, they took from Vanderbilt. I feel you, Coach Carl, man.
Frustrating, man.
Piano man.
Frustrating.
Why do we not even attempt to run the football, man? We have success, we run the football. Why do we just continuously stop and go back to this quarterback counter read, go back to this passing, why? Why do we stop running the football like this, man? Are these guys allergic to running the football?
It seems to me like they're allergic to a lot of stuff. Um, I don't know. I've said before that as far as Jalen Milrow goes, it's almost as if he wants to have the big play all of the time and he's force feeding Ryan Williams. Like tonight, I give you a good for instance. I saw uh, Kobe Prentice for the first time. There was a Kobe Prentice sight tonight, and he threw it to him underneath, caught the ball, got a first down. The very next play, Kobe Prentice gives this half a block, and that's when Jalen Milroe throws that interception because of a missed block. When all you had to do was begin to run the football. I'm just saying that to me they got pass happy again, and it's like we living by that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Hard to say. I don't know what's on the mind of Coach Sheridan, but if we're going down the field too much, no underneath, no nothing, and then Coach Sean, you asking about the running game. Well, let me ask this about the passing game. Where was Kendrick Law tonight?
Man, they don't give him no
Block,
opportunities. They don't give him.
blocking.
They don't like they to me. And Robert asked the same question. To me, they don't try to be creative to get Kendrick Law. Let's just hypothetically say Kendrick has a problem creating space down the field. Let's just say that. Let's say he's good on the intermediate routes, he's good on the crosses, meshes, things of that nature. Getting right behind the linebackers. Let's just say he have a problem getting open down the field, which I don't know that to be the case. But I'm gonna give Sheridan the benefit of the doubt. And let's just say that he can't create space. Okay, well that's when you get creative and get him the football like you used to with Devontae Smith. Sometimes they would get Devontae Smith behind the line of scrimmage, man. These quick shotgun, quick routes where you just raise up and throw it out to him. You let the inside receivers block the defensive back. Same thing they try to do with Kobe Prentice. You know what I mean? But they won't even get Kendrick involved. They it's just like Robert said, are they afraid to get a ball to Kendrick? I mean, this offense, man, it is not creative for personnel purposes at all. For individual, I was always taught, Coach Al, you find ways to get the ball to your playmakers. You know what I mean? You find ways to get them the football. You create ways to get them the football. Down and distance involved, you know, but it's like we don't do that, man. It's like when all else fails, get a ball to Jalen. Let's run quarterback counter read. And a lot of times when we're in an RPO, he don't he'll pull it and keep it himself, right? So I just don't know, man. To me, it's not all on Jalen. It's not all on it's just a complete failure to me. Everybody. Jalen failed, the offensive line failed, the defense was one step. They didn't play very aggressive. The defensive play calling and the formations he was running was very weird. It's just like Coach Al said, these guys weren't gonna challenge you down the field. You right?
At
So
all.
why is our personnel, why are you allowing a three-man front? I seen one time where they had Ja Moran Lathan standing up, sort of moving from one side to the other, sort of being that. I'm like, what the hell is Ja doing? He's not fast enough to run nobody down. So John Moran is not a linebacker, right?
Nah.
So
Right.
I don't know, bro. I'm not a defensive
Coach,
guy. I
you
don't
know,
know.
Look,
you know,
look how
you go to a 4-man front and you just disrupt the line of scrimmage. It ain't
Of
that
course.
complicated, man. You just
hey,
raise
Right,
hell.
right.
You create
I
havoc.
was saying,
You say, okay,
look,
I'm busting everybody in the mouth. I'm hitting you in
Yeah.
the mouth. And I'm just gonna keep hitting you because let's put it this way: the game is still won at the line of scrimmage.
That's
Facts.
right.
You got to
True.
play with aggression at the line of scrimmage. You got to play on the other side. On defense, you got to play on the other side of that guy's line. On offense, you got to keep them from penetrating. Period.
Yeah.
We didn't do that on either way tonight. We lost the game. Come on, man.
what
That's
they
just the bottom line. So
how did they play us, Coach Al? They put their safety
they
5
walked
to
everybody up.
7 yards
You
off
you
the line
you
of
That's a
scrimmage.
fact.
you could see the frame on TV, Coach Carl. If you could see everybody in the frame on the TV,
You
You
know
know
your
what
you know your
what they
safeties is
you
up.
know
you
You
what
know
they
what's
saying.
being
happening.
an
You know what's
offensive
happening.
guy,
They
Right.
they
bro. Being an
playing
offensive guy,
they
I text
saying
that to Coach Al and
beat
them.
me in the
Coach,
passing game. That what Brett Bremer said. Beat me in the passing game. He played
yeah,
Mhm.
Jalen Miro just like he played Jalen Hurts in the national fucking championship game against Clemson. He said, "Beat me in the passing game,"
So
and
here you
and
go.
they couldn't do
Let me break this down, man. So in a situation like that, if Venables is doing that to you, and I got a guy that's mobile, I move him. I make the defense redirect, okay, and then I throw stuff to the backside. You see what I'm saying? because you can't cover the whole field. If you got full flow like that, you're bringing everybody to gap. So, okay, if you're bringing everybody to gap, you got to make sure they get out of gap. You displace them. Somebody going to blow
Facts.
something. So you got to move the QB, do some waggle. What about a waggle?
Yeah.
If you know they playing you
Old
full
school.
flow, they
Yeah.
spilling everything to the
Yeah.
sideline. You run a
Yeah.
waggle, and the pass goes back the other way, man. But
Yes.
to me, I
You
think it's
know,
a total
you don't
failure
really,
with this
you don't even
game.
have to run the waggles, man.
Yeah,
Like the thing that most people don't understand about offense, it took me a minute to learn it. But the simple things about offense, with that much pressure and they playing that close to the line of scrimmage, all you gotta do is run mesh routes right across the linebacker face. They gonna make a choice of who they pick up. No, usually linebacker want to carry with the slowest guy, and they always turn loose the fastest guy. And there you go, boom, wide on. Devontae Smith, the
yep,
same thing
mesh.
that Steve
They,
Sarkisian did with Devontae Smith when they kept double teaming and they kept trying to send 2 and 3 guys to defend Devontae. What Steve Sarkisian do? Put him in the backfield, they run him on the motion, and then they turn around and boom, jet his ass right back across the line of scrimmage, and he be wide open because the linebacker is not gonna carry with him. You run him in the mesh route. Boom, the linebacker gonna drop. He's gonna carry with the tight end, lead Devontae Smith wide open going across the middle. Man, you have to do stuff different. It ain't that hard. You get paid millions of dollars to call damn plays, man. Just call the damn play. Stop trying to damn be a NFL pro style offense, man. You can't damn. You ain't got Patrick Mahomes back there that can scramble around and throw that son bitch behind his back 30 yards down the field on the rope. You don't have that. You ain't got Josh Allen, big long arm out there, man, throwing that thing down the sideline, 60, 70 yards down the sideline in 3, 4 seconds. You don't have that. Miro cannot process that game that fast with them bullets flying at it like that. I mean, if you're a Bryce Young back there and you call those plays, I can understand that because he's a little magician in the backfield. Miro not that magician. Once Miro get happy feet, them feet not gonna get set. He trying to throw that sucker throwing off his back feet. His hips are not swinging when he comes around. His hands are not high. He not don't have the ball tucked close enough. That's why a lot of stuff sail. That's why when the point be too high when he release the ball, it'll sail high. And when he hitting the dirt, he aiming at the ground. So I mean, it's a lot going on in the kid mind because they're trying to turn him into a pocket passer when he's a scrambler. He's a dual threat coming in out of high school for a reason. Use his ability, getting him in and out of the box. Kind of like when last week when you seen how Georgia was bringing that heat on Nico, and then they start rolling Nico out the pocket. They get him open and start making some throws, right? You gotta do something, man, to help your quarterback. You gotta do something to help your quarterback. And the best way to help your quarterback is let the running back take the damn punishment. That's what they there for. You got 5 or 6 of them that's highly rated came out of high school. Let them take that damn punishment. And when they get tired of taking that damn punishment, when they start putting lapping in the box like they played all night, then you can take your southern shots. But you can't take southern shots, man, if your offensive line is not holding up either. Because I mean, everybody got beat tonight on offensive line.
Yep.
Everybody. I
So here's
mean,
the thing.
Oklahoma whipped our ass in front, bro. They just whipped
Facts,
our
bro.
ass up front.
All facts. Piano man. So here's the thing. Piano man, coach. Here's the thing, man. Where do you go from here, being that you got a hot Auburn team who feeling themselves right now? You got them next week, right here at Bryant Denny. Um, clearly, they run a lot of misdirectional things. Clearly, they run a lot of things with their quarterback. They seem to be playing, to beat Texas A&M. They seem to be playing well. Piano man, where do you go from here, being that you got Auburn coming in and would love nothing more than give us a fourth damn loss?
Better get your mind right.
Yeah,
Um, just get your mind right because you said it. Auburn's feeling themselves right about now, and they've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. Uh, they've got to. Bama has to figure out what they want to do, who needs to be what, this, that, and the third. It's the little things that's killing Alabama right now. Like tonight, little things. Coach Carl said it best. Coach Al said it best. It's not that hard to figure out. Make the adjustments. Do what you got to do. And I'm gonna say this, and this might not be the most popular thing to say, it's just my opinion. People are talking about put Ty in for what? Ty is a representative of the old system too, and I was looking at him even on the one throw, and I know it's about rhythm and momentum and this, that, and the third, but he doesn't have it. Just from what I'm seeing, he doesn't have it either. And he would tuck tail and run. But guess what Oklahoma did? They blitzed him too. So what do you do? I'm gonna keep it simple. Run the football. Run the football. Run it. You got 3, 4 running backs. Run them. Quit letting Milrow play hero, play quarterback, give it to your running backs. O line, do your job, and it open up other stuff. That's how I see it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
only way I
I
said,
agree.
only way I said, changing P on the man, because once you put Ty in the game, he was gonna hand the ball off because there was so much pressure coming at him. He wasn't gonna
Mhm.
try to keep it. He was gonna let the running back take the pressure. And once you get the running back taking the hits, once those running back know they're gonna get the ball, man, they're gonna start running that ball. They're gonna run
Yeah,
harder
you getting
and
the rhythm,
harder
man.
and
Yeah.
harder,
Mhm.
and it's gonna keep going getting harder. And at some point, even though Oklahoma was blitzing and blitzing and blitzing, when no running back coming downhill and no linebacker, and they keep coming, when you got 2 and 3 coming at you consistently, them linebackers gonna start, they're gonna start easing up a little bit on them contacts, because now it's 1 or 2 of me, but it's 3 or 4 of them cats, and they keep coming. They stay fresh. They're gonna start easing up because those leaks gonna start hurting.
Coach Carl, Coach Carl,
Yes, sir.
Milrow don't run the team.
Hmm?
Milrow don't run the team. In other words, if when he get to the sideline and Coach G is over there too, Coach Sheridan's over there too. They need to be pulling him to the side, give him the ball. Milrow don't run the team. So they're not doing their job by correcting him and what about coaching him to say, hey, look, we got to get down. He does not run a team, coach. So yeah, I mean they give him a lot of latitude, but a lot of times, man, you got coaches, man. Sometimes we got blind spots. We can't see stuff. You have to ask somebody to tell you, hey man, can't you see this? No, show it to him on a little pad, a little tablet over there.
Yeah.
Look, if you gave it to him, he coming out here. So what I'm gonna do as a QB, I'm jam, man. Look, man, it's on me. My bad. I'm gonna give you the rock. Just we got it written down here, man. Y'all got to start pounding that rock, just like you're saying. It all kind of work together, but it starts from the top. You see what I'm saying? They have to dictate what we're going to do. The players going to follow the coaches and execute what the coaches call. But if the coaches ain't putting the players in check, guess what's going to happen? The players going to be doing the same old stupid stuff. And that's what we saw tonight.
Yeah, we saw that a lot tonight, right?
That's
Like I
all it
said
Yeah.
takes.
earlier, man.
So what
I,
you
I,
what we're saying is right.
You
Okay,
you
I put a
run you
lot of
run the
blame on the
ball you
coaches.
run the
yeah, you
ball
got to
three
run the
I
rock.
times
do.
You
in
got to get downhill,
you run the
man.
ball three times in
Yeah.
a row,
Yeah.
man, and get 20 yards,
Every time
and
we
then
run
you
it,
don't
we
run it,
getting yards.
and then the running backs don't touch the ball no more.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you just said is my whole point. I played that position, man.
You play
You
the
can't
position,
give me,
right?
you can't give me 6, 7 carries the whole dead gum first half, 3, 4, 5, and expect me to perform like I need. I gotta feel the
You
game,
got to
man.
feel it.
You know, I
Derrick
gotta I
Henry.
gotta know where everybody is. I gotta get into the rhythm of the game.
Yeah,
This has been my beef with this team all year long. And I mean not the team, but just the way it's structured, the way it's ran offensively. I don't bro, listen. You will not beat the better teams. Coach Jay, you speak to this. You will not beat the better teams if you don't have some semblance of a run game. You can't just go out there passy, passy, passy against the better defenses, man. That works against the crappy defenses, right? It works. And then everybody get fooled like, oh, no, man, when you playing defenses that we talked about this, when you playing defenses that's aggressive up front, that play sound defense on the back end, like you could have less talent on the back end. But if you play sound fundamental defense, you're gonna win more than you're gonna lose back there, right? And that's what Oklahoma do. They don't got the best back end, but they play a sound brand of defense, man, enough to where you're gonna have to beat them. But if you don't even try to run the ball to make them come out of what they do, bro, I text the fellas this. I said, look how close their safeties are. These dudes are just walking. I said, look at their close, look at their safeties. Man, do you know if I'm the coordinator? Bro, Coach J, You're not gonna beat the better defense is not running the football, Coach Jay. Where do we go with this Auburn game next week? A team that's hot, just like Piano Man talked about, a team that's feeling themselves right now. Where do we go next week? It's the last game of the season. It's senior day. You know what we gonna do?
You can't run the ball in Auburn, you lose the game. Because Auburn, again, they have a front. They actually do have a solid defensive line. They're a very athletic bunch, man. I don't think they're better than Oklahoma's defense, but they have a very athletic front. They got the players that can. They have the players that can really neutralize Miro. If we're trying to, if they're, if once again we're trying to attack them on the edges. If you can't run the football north south, no inside zones. If you can't run any of that with your running backs, you lose the game. I watched a little bit of that Auburn game, man. Auburn again, they ran a lot of. Auburn's going to be looking at this tape, and I can guarantee you, man, that Hugh Freeze is going to be. He's licking his chops. He is licking his chops right now, man, because they ran a lot of misdirection. They attacked A&M up front when they weren't even expecting it to. It seemed like they were playing a lot more on the edges compared to what A&M usually does. They just did again. They played a lot of simplified football. And that's what Oklahoma did today. Oklahoma did that. Auburn ran a little bit of a version of that today, and it kind of worked to perfection. Only said that they kind of amped it up a little bit more towards what Vanderbilt and what Oklahoma did to us. So Hugh Freeze is licking his chops. If there's any coordinator out there that absolutely just demolishes the type of defense that we're playing like right now, it's Hugh Freeze. And so I mean, quite frankly, man, I don't know if we win that game next week. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I think there's a chance that we do win it, especially we come out and we're a lot more prepared, which I think we should be. I think we should be more prepared. Hopefully, this does motivate us to do it. But that Auburn game is gonna tell us a lot about this football team because your season's over. You're not making the playoffs at 9-3, especially because of the type of loss that you suffered. You lost 24-3. This is the worst loss in 20 years. You're not making the playoffs. So this is going to tell us exactly what type of team this is. I can tell that these players are frustrated. They've never been through this since being here at the University of Alabama. This is going to tell us exactly what type of football team this is actually going to be. And quite frankly, I'm nervous because going back to watching the destroying videos and the other podcasts of visiting Alabama and how lackadaisical players playing music in the meeting rooms, all the ice cream things being installed and all this crap that we've been talking about. We're coaches smoking the cigars pregame against Tennessee and saying that we damn near won the game. We're gonna see what type of football team this is because your season's over. What do you do against Auburn? Again, you want to win the game because it's essentially a battle for the state. You want to win this football game. It's a very important game. But quite frankly, I mean, after you win this game, it's done. You're playing in the city. You're playing in. There's a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that we may be playing in the Texas Slayers Bowl. Like
shit, Birmingham. They need to be in the damn Birmingham Bowl.
They may not even be qualified for the Birmingham Bowl. I'm not. It's just like it's bad. Like your season's over. Like after that Auburn game's over, guess what? The transfer portal opens up the following week, and we're gonna see which players are gonna stay. We're gonna see which players are gonna go, and I expect a lot of players to leave. Not because of not because of they think that Alabama's not going in the right direction in terms of win-loss records, because they're not being utilized. The promises that coaches have made for them in these meetings when they first got here, they're not living up to those promises. And you can have a lot more patience with Nick Saban because of his track record of putting players in the league despite them waiting 3-4 years. Kalen DeBoer doesn't have that track record at Alabama. At Washington, yes, not at the University of Alabama. A lot of these players, they're here not because of DeBoer, they're here because of Saban. Right? They're just willing to stick it out. They're just willing to stick it out because they wanted to give Kalen DeBoer and his coaching staff a lot better opportunity. Right? There's a lot more stuff going behind the scenes, but that's one of the reasons too. These players probably have less patience of dealing with DeBoer for the following season compared to Saban. We'll see, man. I mean, next week you have nothing to play for but pride. Yep. You have nothing to play for but pride. You're not playing for a title. You're not playing for an SC championship game. You're not playing for a playoff spot. You're playing for pride. So we're gonna see what type of team where this was made of in 2022. We played for pride, and we play. You know what? And this team was able to respond to the challenge. Next year we made the playoffs. Despite how young this team was, We made the playoffs the following year. We're going to see what type of team this is. But quite frankly, for me personally, the feeling I had when we went 11-2 and didn't make it to the playoffs, I don't have that feeling with this team. I think that this is a team right now that I just think that it just doesn't, they don't have an identity. They don't have an offensive identity. They don't have a defensive identity. I think these players after this loss are going to be sick and tired and are going to be impatient. And quite frankly, what happens for the next 2 to 3 weeks might determine the next 2 to 3 years of Alabama football. Because
wow, what a statement!
I'm telling you that like the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm gonna say it again, are going to be the most important weeks in program history. It is going to be a determining factor for the next 2 to 3 years. Hell, even for maybe even for this coaching regime of Kalen DeBoer, it is going to decide very quickly what direction Bama is going to be going in for the next 2 to 3 years, maybe even longer.
Better get Caleb Odom involved, because I'm telling you, I know personally, I know from personal information that it's other schools trying their hardest.
And guess what? Michigan, there was a tweet, $50 million are what they're going to have, what they're going to put in, right? $20 million is going to be from their own athletic department, and then the rest of it is boosters.
But okay, let's slow down a second.
Yes, sir.
April 8th is coming. April 8th is coming, and normalization will be the landscape. Okay, so that might work in the upcoming signing class, but when revenue sharing kicks in April 8th, it changes the game. It's going to normalize everything. So let's not get carried away here.
I wish you would have started in December.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it is what it is now. We might hemorrhage some probably this recruiting class. I hope we keep Carroll and those guys like that, some offensive linemen in here, because I think that we really need. And one thing too, I would say, somebody said it in chat. Our defensive line coach, he can recruit other positions, but
Freddie Roach.
Defensive line, Freddie Roach. Yeah. One thing I will say this too, that your offensive line coach and your defensive line coach, and Coach Carr, you know this, they make the adjustments up front with the calls and everything that's happening with the scheme up front. And Freddie Roach should bear some responsibility with not plugging them gaps up front that we saw tonight. He should be pulling in the headsets, talking to Coach Womack, say, look, man, this is what we need to be doing too at halftime. You got to have these kind of conversations, man. So it's not just Womack. We got to kind of look back at Freddie Roach a little bit too, man. Okay? That at the front, the defense line ain't performing. They're not plugging. They're not being disruptive. That goes straight back to him too, man. You know, I ain't throwing no shade to brother, but do your job. You want the players to do their job, do your job.
Well, Freddie Roach, he's been having a lot of, let's be honest, people have been off Freddie Roach for, I don't know, for what, last 2-3 years. Great recruiter,
but look, let me say this though in his defense. Let me say this, something I know when I was at a camp there 2 times. I don't know if I can't really take up for him because I don't know him, but I will say this: in the past, a lot of defensive front guys have not wanted to play in that gap scheme. A lot of your top defensive linemen.
2-gap scheme.
I know. I'm talking about when we had the 2-gap scheme.
Yeah, right.
They didn't want to play in that. A lot of those top, like I know the guy that went to USC a few years back. He said how he did. That's why Walter Nolan didn't come to Alabama. They didn't want to be 2-gapping.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I get
that's
it.
why that's the truth. They didn't want to play in that style of
I understand that. I agree. I'm with you. I totally agree with that too. But what I'm trying to say from a coach standpoint, Sean, is like this. If we on the sideline and they doing this to us, and I'm the DC, you ain't gonna come to me and say, Al, come on, man. We got to go do it. Can't you see this? Here's the pad. We got the iPads now. We got everything instantaneous. It ain't like we got to go back and watch the game film. We got it right on the sideline. We can make on-the-fly adjustments because we got it right there in the little iPad thing we're looking at right there. Okay? Now, if you my defensive line coach, Sean, and I'm the DC, you got to be able to pull my chain. I got a blind spot, and I'm making the calls, and they gashing me.
Yeah.
You got to be able to tell me, hey, look, man, let's play a 2 2s and 2 5s.
2 5s,
okay?
yeah.
Or we're gonna push if we're in a four, let's go 4 down 100%. We ain't doing no 3 down stuff. We ain't doing 3-3. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a 4. We're gonna do a 4-2, bring that safety down. We're gonna roll down, go single high. We got a 7-man box every time. Okay. If they shift the strong side, you got the running back, inside backer got the quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
And the 5 technique squeezing. We're gonna squeeze all that crap down and spill it, chase to the sideline, just like they were doing us. It ain't that hard.
Fact. And I was strictly speaking from a personnel standpoint,
Yeah.
from a your top personnel guy. We sort of fell off with that here in the last few years at Alabama. We hadn't really had a top. I'm talking about like a top. Used to be back in the day with Jonathan Allen's and the Deron Paynes. We would get the top guy. We hadn't really got the top guy here recently. And when I talked to a lot of these kids at these camps, they don't like to play in that gap scheme. You know what I mean? They was like, man, I don't want to play in that gap scheme. They feel like the gap scheme sort of limits their ability to rush the pass and do things like that.
Right. Yeah.
So listen, guys, let's get on our last topic. Let's go in reverse order and wrap it up like this, man. Give me your final thoughts and tell everybody where they can find you, man. Piano Man, start with you and just go around to Coach Carl, back up to Coach Al, all the way back around to Coach J. Give me your final thoughts on what you're feeling. And and before you do that, Piano Man, was it Rodney? Yeah, Rodney. There's some other schools trying to get at him straight up, man. You know what I mean? And Lynn speaking number truth. Yeah, go ahead, Piano Man. Tell everybody where they can find you and give me your final thoughts on this game and moving forward. And Boomer, I don't know. Ty, he ain't no telling, man. I don't know he was gonna tap in with us. He probably got hung up on another show or something like that. So give me your final thoughts,
I actually
Piano
seen
Man.
Ty went live. Ty went live like 10 minutes right before you did.
Yeah,
Okay,
he might still be
I
on
figured-
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, I figured he was on another, just going live, probably doing some other things. Give me your final thoughts, Piano Man, and then when you end it, and let everybody know where they can find you.
Final thoughts. We got beat. No, no if and the buts about it. We got beat, and so we have to now put it behind us. We have to face the music that we got to change, and we've got to create an identity. So going into next week, all I'm gonna say again is run the football. Go back to basics and run the football because Auburn is hot, and we have to run the football. On offense, defense, we have to just do what it takes to slow them down and take their confidence early. And I think we will be fine. But if we don't, we'll be having another loss. You can find me on YouTube at Piano Man 61. And the name of the show is called The Long Run. And so I welcome your like and subscribe. And we'll be starting up full time here in the next week or so. And you can also find me at X or Twitter at Music and Sports Guy.
That's what's up, Piano Man. Coach Al, I hit you in the private chat, and I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see
Yes,
the private chat? You did? Okay. Cool.
yes, yes.
All right, Coach Carl.
Hey man, the last little bit that I'm gonna say about this team, man, because the team keep upsetting me so much to the point where I'm just at the point where I'm ready to choke somebody. But
Facts.
this year for me is basically it's a wash for me right now. I hope we beat Auburn. I'm really at the point where I don't think we are gonna beat Auburn right now. I'm at I'm thinking about selling my ticket to the game so I don't drive all the way to Tuscaloosa just to see an embarrassment. But I don't know, man. Auburn coming out here run the game. They don't have much of a passing game, but they do have the freeze forward. So you can't
Yeah.
stack 8 in the box against Auburn because those young talent wide receivers can catch the ball, and that guy can throw the ball a little bit. So it's gonna be a challenge, man. I can't tell you no lie. It's gonna be a challenge with us. I mean, I'm looking forward to December, late December, what bowl game we'll go play to. You see, hope we play somebody with some challenges, man, to see how our future start off next year. But as of right now, man, this season it's been too much, man. Like too much ups, too many downs. Like when you go ahead and you lose the Vandy, you beat Georgia, next week you lose the Vandy. That's the biggest upset in America. I mean, like that's probably the worst loss you could ever have a Bama team to lose to Vanderbilt. Then you turn around and then turn around and lose Tennessee again. twice in 3 years. Like, man, that's never happened. Then you turn around and lose to a newcomer, Oklahoma. It's something that Bama just don't do. So we just letting our fan base down, man. Our kids probably up there on that plane right now, sad, depressed. But you never know with the coaching staff, the way they have these kids all lackadaisical, fun free, and just enjoying life and not focusing on trying to make it to the big picture because they already making a little money. They may just be on the damn plane smoking cigars and dancing to music. It's weird, man. You never know what this staff had these kids doing right now. Like they may not be taking losses as serious as Nick Saban took losses. Like we get spoiled with the fact that if Nick Saban lose, he basically killed the whole damn football program. You can't even go outside. You can't even have a girlfriend come over to see you no more until you get back on the winning streak. And it's a difference, man. It's a different era. It's a different culture style. You have a different mentality. I mean, tonight I finally seen the boy get upset, but it was he got upset on a touchdown call, which was a horrible call. I mean, I gotta admit that it was a horrible call.
Horrible.
You
Horrible.
cannot cover a guy up when he's already on the line of scrimmage. So that's horrible, and I understand that, and I get him on that part. But that's the only time I seen him so adamant about anything this season. That's it. On a touchdown pass when you down damn 14 damn points. At that point, we were down damn 17 points at the 18 points at that
Try
point.
21.
24-3, I
21.
think.
Try
You
21.
needed that touchdown. I mean, if that
You need it.
touchdown would have happened, then it would at least been a lot closer because
It was a lot closer. And then maybe they would have got a little momentum. Yeah, you never know. But this defense couldn't stop nobody. I can't, me personally, I'm not gonna blame it on Caden Womack. I'm just not gonna do it. Caden Womack called the defensive play. Freddie Roach made the offensive, defensive line adjustment. If somebody calling linebacker down, making the linebacker adjustment. So if Roach ain't making the front adjustment, then it's on Roach, 1,000%. If the outside linebackers, if their coach is not putting the right guys in the scheme to stop the run when you know they're running downhill and you still got pad rush in the game, that's on you. It ain't on nobody but those two guys. The back end did damn good. So you can't really say anything about Mo Lincoln because his guy played damn good on the back end. It throw guys up front. Them front seven, them two coaches that coaching that front seven did a
Yep.
horrible job tonight. And that's it. That's just period. Man, you can find me on X at Coach KD Taylor. And you can find my YouTube channel. It's on the Block Sport Talk with Coach Carl. Man, I'm so upset right now. I think about I might not even go on there and drop the video I was gonna drop tomorrow. I may not even drop it. I might have to go in there and just change the video and just do one of the great Gents rants, man. Just act like Coach Gents for a minute and just start talking noise and cursing everybody out. But I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna curse out the fans, but I want to curse out everybody around the stadium that's a Fairweather fan because I've seen so many Fairweather fans on here saying, "I told you they were gonna lose. We were just waiting on them to drop the ball." Okay, you've been waiting on us to drop the ball all year. Shit, stay your ass over there on the Auburn sideline. Damn, don't bring your ass over here in the Bama. Stay your ass on the Auburn sideline. We don't need your Fairweather asses over here. We need real diehard Bama fan that concerned about our program winning and losing. Yeah, we come over here and we complain. Everybody goddamn complain from time to time. Yeah, we complain about our team, but we love our Crimson Tide. Just like we love our HBCUs.
Yes,
If it
sir.
ain't for Alabama, it's HBCU. Roll Tide and HBCU. If you lying, that's why I be so happy Alabama don't play at HBCU like Auburn. Go play down Coach Sean team and score 70 damn points on them. I mean, you want to
Yeah.
pay these guys $3 million to score 70 damn points on them? It's HBCU Auburn. Why you want to damn embarrass our kids like that? You should have went out there and paid goddamn a historic white college that ain't worth for shit like Centerdale or something and paid them $3 million and ran them up 70 points. But I'm gonna take my shots at Auburn Hill. You come to Tuscaloosa next week, you may beat my ass, and you may not. But if you win, you ragged ass Auburn fans, you better damn well believe I might be the next one of them trying to burn down your damn trees. But I'm just joking. It's a joke. I ain't gonna do it to y'all, but I will come in your town just for the hell of it and take a dump in your McDonald's and not flush the toilet. Roll Tide. God damn it.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, Coach Carr? You did your best DC Curry impression, man.
Did not flush the toilet. Damn, that's deep.
Golly.
That's deep. That's
Did he
deep.
wash his hands?
Hey, Jazz, is
I know,
Coach
right?
Carr been taking an apprenticeship class from you, man?
I think so. I think
And
so.
then he won a class.
He's
Okay.
got his journeyman card from you.
Oh my goodness, man. Coach Al.
Hey, look, you can find me on Twitter on X at AlSand79 and on Instagram at Al Sanders. It may be Al.Sanders.10, but I'm the guy. So you hit me up, I'll get back with you. Would love to engage you about the game that I truly love, football. I don't care if it's Pop Warner, junior high school, middle school, high school, college, or pro. I love the game. Okay. And I'll be able to talk game and life with you as long as you want to talk and keep it positive. That's what that stands for. That's the negative free zone, the 6-inch space between your ears. I'm freed up. I don't get with that negative crap. I don't deal with that. Okay. As it relates to the game tonight, I'm a football purist, and Venables taught a master class tonight.
Yes, sir.
If you can't appreciate that as a football person, then you're just a fan. Okay, everybody on this panel can really get into what Venables did with his staff tonight. How he got Jackson Arnold to buy back in and lead the team. I would give everything to have been a senior on that field tonight, to be senior day, to go out like that.
That's a fact.
Let's talk real, okay? So speaking of that, next weekend our seniors get a chance to go out, and guys like Book, I feel bad for him, man, because that guy poured his heart and soul in this program. He's all Bama. He's built by Bama, and I don't know how you get up after a loss like this, a historical loss of epic proportions. I don't know who picks these guys up, man. We're gonna have some old Bama guys come into the building all next week and talk about what it means to beat Auburn in the face. Okay, get over that. Let's flush this, man. And go play some ball, because you remember our guys in 2010. We took 3 losses then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
that team was stacked with pros.
Yes, sir.
That was the Nick Saban team. What did we do? We went to the bowl game and trashed, I think, Washington, I believe.
Michigan State.
We just trashed them, man.
Michigan State.
So Michigan State. There you go, Coach.
We put Kirk Cousins on his ass.
We put him on.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting it out there like this, man. Look, I'm freed up. Roll freaking Tide. I'm staying with my boys. Y'all can put them down if y'all want to. See you later. We don't want to deal with you on this channel. Okay. You want to talk football? Let's talk some football. Okay.
Let's talk football.
Right?
That's facts.
All right. We got B-Day tonight. It happens. We know how other people feel now. So maybe that's going to get us in check and get our stuff right. So let's keep our recruits. Let's get a whole year. Get this thing right. Get the building right. Get the right coaching staff in place. Okay. The right play callers. And let's just keep this thing moving. Okay. Let's take this as a loss. Let's learn from it. You don't waste a good loss. You don't waste a loss. You don't waste that. You don't waste adversity and don't learn from it. Okay. Everybody have a bad game. Everybody have a bad game. I had one. I know you had one, Coach Sean.
Yes, sir. Had plenty.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something.
Plenty.
If you played this game, you'd have had bad games.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Coaching and playing.
Coaching and playing,
That's
man.
right.
I done had some good games on defense and horrible on offense.
Sharp on offense, yeah. So do I like getting beat by Oklahoma, newbie to the conference, and getting beat like that with 3 points? We scored 3 points.
3.
Okay, that's hard to take. Okay, but that's my thoughts. Al saying 79. Appreciate you having me on, Coach Sean. Appreciate you fellas on the channel. And I'm gonna tell y'all again. I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face. Stay free.
Negative free zone.
Negative free zone.
Coach J.
Yeah, I had a bad day, man. All I ate was a croissant. for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like I got my friend, he's gonna be coming over, and I asked him like, man, can you pick me up something, man? He's like, man, I'll get you a bagel from Tim Hortons. I'm like, man, come on, man. Like I'm not trying to spend any money for Uber. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff, man. So I'm not gonna eat any protein. It's nothing but just carbs. And just and Bama, they got whipped today. Like it's just a bad day. It's just a very, very bad day. Um, but I'll say this, man. I'm gonna next week, man. The next 2 to 3 weeks, I think is gonna be it's gonna be a huge determining factor for this program. Um, this team's got to play for pride. It's
Got
senior
to.
night
Got
or senior day or senior night. I forgot. I don't know what the time of the game is, but
2:30.
2:30.
Senior
So
day.
yeah, senior day. You're at home. You haven't lost at home all year. I mean, play for your fans. You know, you're not gonna be playing for the the playoffs. You're not playing for a championship, but play for your fans. Play for the people that's been supporting you all season long. It should be packed. It is a rivalry game. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the fans, we're gonna go out, we're gonna support. But like these players, man, you gotta set the standard. You gotta set the standard for what this team is gonna be next season, because I it's just depending on what happens next week, and I would even say that I'm not just talking specifically about the players. I'm talking our coaches too. Like you got to set the precedent about what for these players. Like you got to show guys like Kendrick Law and Kobe Prentice and Daniel Hill and Richard Young and so many of these guys, man, that's been waiting in the woodworks trying to wait for an opportunity. Like you have to show them, man, why should I stick around when I can just go to the transfer portal, regardless of if it's because of tampering or not. Why should I stay? When I haven't even gotten the opportunity or I haven't been really utilized like I was promised. So next week is big, man. Like it is a very, very big game. And if we come out just like how we did in the Oklahoma game, and we want to be, just incompetent coaching and players not really executing the right way, and we look flat at home. Oh yeah, then I'm just gonna say it. Burn it down, burn it down, and I'm just ready to start fresh with this new recruiting class that's kind of coming in. Burn down the coaching staff, burn it down. Give me kids that want to come here and play for the university and wants to set a new precedent, because it's just this is not it. This is not it. What we're looking at, and it's been like this since the beginning of the season. It's been like this it's been like this, guys, since these videos have come out about and celebrities are walking around the stadium like it's no tomorrow. Players, again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Players playing music during the coaches meetings. When was the last time? I don't even remember me playing. I've never even seen that. Like when the coach walked in, the music shut off. Everything. Like, what do you? I've never heard that before.
That's high school, bro.
Like Jesus, I mean, middle school, high school, pop. Like I've never heard that before until I saw that. I'm like, are you kidding me? But it is what it is. Next week is huge for this program, man. And then of course after that, then you get obviously there's the first transfer portal window. A lot of kids are going to leave. A lot of kids are going to come here. We don't, you got the recruiting class, which I need these players to sign on the damn dotted line. I need it to come quickly as possible, especially with potentially us losing our 5-star tackle potentially. I need these kids to sign that damn line as fast as possible once it gets here. It's just I don't know. Like it's next week, man. It's a big game, very, very big game, and if we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for these kids. Hopefully we get things right, but man, I'm ready for the offseason. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm ready for the offseason. I'm ready for us to kind of get onto it. I'm ready for these kids to kind of come in here. I'm ready. I'm ready for a fresh start.
Hey, Coach Sean, I mean, say what I really want to see, man. I mean, I understand Caleb DeBoer offense, the high so spread offense, but I think what he really need to do, if he don't promote Jamarcus Shepard, he need to go out there and bring a run game offense a coordinator into kind of somebody like Dan Mullen, not him so to say, but somebody with that mentality like a Dan Mullen that come in, establish a run game on top of the scheme that he has already. Somebody that can impact the offense in a different manner. Okay, I can run past the scheme that you're running, but I also bring it to the table or run game. and then we can utilize these backs. Then you can keep your running backs. Then you can get
Yep.
better offensive line play because you gotta have that competent offensive coordinator to even set up the different type blocking scheme that you're running. And Sheridan probably trying to call plays and not even worrying about the backside of things. There's stuff they have to do up front. Like my coach calls offensive plays, but it's his offensive line scheme that we have to run. You have to know his blocking scheme in order for him to call plays. And when you call a blocking scheme, he call a play, the blocking scheme don't work with the play. He gonna call to the booth and say, "Hey, what the hell happened on that play?" And then I gotta explain to him who missed the block here, what gap it came through, what happened on this side. Was it a blitz? No, you got to answer the question because it's his offense, it's his team, his offense, his blocking scheme. So when he asks these questions, you better have the notes that they need. And then Nick Sheridan calling plays, and these guys missing all these blocks. I guarantee you, he's not holding his foot to the fire to the offensive line coach. Because if those two not coordinating, man, you're not gonna make any plays. You know that, Coach Sean.
Yes,
Offensive
sir.
line guy have to call the shit blocking scheme to the play that offensive coordinator call. And
Yes, sir.
if he call the inside zone, and then these guys pinning and pulling when they supposed to be inside blowing, somebody's supposed to be kicking, and just so they can get to the inside. Coach Sean, you already know. As soon as you hit that inside hole, somebody them one of them details gonna be sitting there smiling.
That's right.
So it's more on Sheridan in the offensive coordinator, or as an offensive coordinator. If you call these plays, you gotta make sure the offensive line is running perfectly. Everything is timed up perfectly. And if not, man, you just gotta bring in an offensive coordinator and know how to run the football, man, and then just move on from there. Run first, pass the next. You're gonna have to run to pass. Everybody know that, man. It started in the Pee Wee League. What's the first thing they do in Pee Wee League? They don't just start
Run.
out slinging the ball in the Pee Wee League. They start
You're
off running
running
the
the
ball.
football.
Every single snap is a handoff. It's a
That's a whole
handoff.
fact, man. That's a whole
That's just
fact,
life, man.
guys. You know, and man, look, I appreciate all these guys, man. You know, you guys do an absolute outstanding job at analyzing this stuff. My last little spiel for me is as an offense, I always look at stuff from an offensive perspective. That's just how I always have approached it. Um, I don't like the adjustments that we made or lack thereof, right? Um, yeah, right, Kimberly. You and me both, sweetie. You and me both, man. I don't like the fact that I didn't really see us adjust at all. I don't like the fact that another SEC team, both us and Ole Miss lost that will help these Big Ten schools out. I don't like us taking three losses and now it's gonna open the door to let some man. I just don't
And
like it
then
at all.
some fluke.
Yeah, it just sucks because we play in a very tough conference, man. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows that, right? And then these guys play one game a season and act like it's just this biggest game, and it's just man, it just sucks, man. It just really, really, really sucks. I worry about, I do. I really worry about, you know, I've recently been around these kids at camps in February. I worry about us losing kids, man. And like Coach Al said, we may be hemorrhaging a little bit this one. But to me, man, I'm not satisfied with what I see from none of these coaches, man, as far as offensively. I just ain't satisfied. I'm not satisfied with none of them, really and truly. When I look at them, I don't like the way they're playing. Or I don't like the construct of the plays we're calling. I don't like the execution. I don't like the blocking from the wide receivers. I don't like the running. I don't like. I just don't like none of it. Right. And it's like a wave, man. We up one week, we down the next. We up one week, we down the next. We look fundamentally sound one week, the next we can't even block. you know, one week we got 12 penalties, one week we got two. It's just up and down, up and down. And I get it. It's his first year. I understand, right? But I hope Caleb DeBoer has took this year as a learning year, man. The SEC is a different beast. I guarantee you, if he could talk to you behind closed doors, off camera, Caleb DeBoer would tell you this league is a different animal. It's a different animal because playing on the road in this league, I think it was Tommy Tuberville that said playing on the road in the SEC and starting a young quarterback is child abuse. That's what he called it. It's this league is different, man.
That's right.
This league, that you go on the road to Mississippi State thinking you got you an easy win. You get to messing around. You look up in the fourth quarter and you only winning by 3. You in a fight, and it's tough and it's hard to watch when I watch other conferences play one game a season, maybe 2.
Maybe
All
2.
season long.
Right.
You got to wait till you college game day come to you the last game of the season or the second to last game of the season because you playing Teriyaki University all season long, man. It's just tough. It's tough to watch, man. It's tough to watch the guys go out there and lay an egg like that because I know it hurts them. But I tell you what, man, I learned more of my career from losses than I ever learned from any win, and
Man, you better
that's
say
just
it
the truth.
again.
Yes, sir.
And that's just the truth,
I hate,
man.
I hate losing more than I like winning, Coach.
I
I'm
hate
gonna tell you that
losing
100%
more than I like
of
winning.
the
That's
time.
a
Yeah.
whole
That's right.
entire fact,
Yeah.
man. Let me say to everybody who tapped in, man, thank you guys. We had a lot of people tonight, man, over 400 people all
Wow.
together. Really, really thank you guys, man. Everybody that's in this chat, man. Everybody. Jack, Coach Jay, you know when signing day is? The exact date. I think it's coming
The
up.
first wave,
Fourth, December
December
4th.
the 4th, ain't it?
December 4th.
Yeah.
December 4th, Jack. That's
Yeah.
when the kids sign on the dotted line, man. And I hope these kids understand that this first year, Coach DeBoer coming in, he really seeing the difference in the SEC, man. Much love to you right back, Kimberly. I appreciate you, sweetie. And
Hey,
we ain't
Coach,
going nowhere, man. We gonna, like
yeah.
Coach Al said, we're gonna talk football, bro. We're gonna keep it real and we're gonna still support the team, man.
Yeah.
I
100%.
understand.
Hey, Coach, can I make my pitch to Justin Terry? You
Sure.
see how our defensive line look, Justin. Come on over, man.
Does he like the
Start
gap
over.
scheme they were running? I mean, that's the thing. Is he willing to play? Does he like the gap scheme? Or
Justin Terry is a 2-gapper, 3-gapper, 1-gapper. That dude's a freak.
He can do it
He
all.
can play in any scheme.
Yeah.
He's a freak.
He's
So
twitchy.
come on
He's
on
twitchy.
over, Justin. You see what we see we have. We got a James Smith that can play any gap scheme, and that's about it right now. So we need some help, Justin. Come on over, baby.
Facts.
Well,
All
obviously,
facts.
playing time is going to be available next year.
Yeah.
We see that,
Plenty.
and then too, I think right now, man, it's pretty fresh, right? Let's let the dust settle a little bit.
Yeah.
When the dust settles a little bit, and you get a guy in there, man, you show him how we're going to use him. What's your role? Why we need you? That's still recruiting. Okay.
transfer portal cycle is going to be very interesting as well to see who you're going to try to get.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be wide open.
In there.
And Lynn's right. We got to score more than 3 points.
Facts, Lynn. All
Amen.
facts, man.
But I think that. Let me say one thing, Coach. I know we're trying to shut it down, but
You good? Go ahead.
as a play caller, man, one thing about it, you kind of get into this zone where you're in there, and people don't mess with you too much because they know you got
Facts.
split thinking going. You're trying to set up a play 3 down, 3 plays down the road. You're looking at the tendencies you looked at on tape on what a guy's doing and that kind of stuff. So lots of time it's hard to get inside that guy's head during the game and say, hey man, come out of your bubble now. That's what the halftime adjustment is for.
That's a fact.
And then two, what's happened with the game now, Coach, who's coming through. We didn't have the iPads on the sideline. We can look at the tape, right? So it shouldn't be any excuse not to have some adjustments real time with the players to tell them, and the coaches. So it's just like when we in practice, man, and we run a scrimmage, we run a play. The wide receiver coach is not talking to the offensive lineman.
That's
and
a fact.
that coach not talking to the receiver coach. The offensive line he's jumping on his guard. Why ain't you getting to the next level?
Right.
Why ain't you getting butt on that guy? And then receiver coach, he's not going to hit. It's like a whole language. It's like loud, man. And everybody's talking to their guy, not cross talking. And some coaches get pissed off. Why are you talking to my dude? Get out of my business.
Yes.
That's fact.
Coach Bronsky Towns.
You know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
that's why I say, man, a good staff, we get in the coach's room and we talking, we can have that coaching. We can go at each other. but
Yeah,
not on the
yep.
field with the
Out
players.
on the
Keep
field,
it
yeah.
in the coach's room, and
That's
we
right.
work out all of our stuff. So when the pressure's on, we can take that pressure. You see, but we can't let the pressure affect us in front of the players. You see what I'm saying? So this staff hadn't had enough time to do that, and he hadn't got the right chemistry in the right staff and
Mhm.
everything. So I think he's gonna make some changes in the offseason.
I
But
think so
I
too.
I do believe, man, like they say Nick Sheridan called plays before, but I don't think he actually called plays before. I think this first go around, man. So
Yeah, it looked like it.
I
Mhm.
really think it's his first go around. So that's just something we probably gonna have to
Well,
just have to get over this year, man.
Coach Carr, I think he's called
the
plays
young,
not at this level.
yeah, but
Calling
it's just
plays in
like
Indiana when you win in 2 and 3 games and not playing for the national championship and winning 7 of them
Mhm.
at Alabama. It's a whole different thing.
Right,
Standard,
right.
yeah,
the
so
standard
and
is much much higher, and he's just not quite
yeah,
demonstrating.
so it's a growing pain, man. Just like with the young freshmen corners and the other stuff we got on our team, the wide receiver corners, it's growing pains, man. We're just gonna have to grow with the kid. If he keeping, maybe next year he'll be better. It may take him 2 years to get good. Most great offensive coordinator, man, it takes some time. Steve Sarkisian, one of the greatest right now, but he was at USC blowing up the joint. Now he stunk up the joint on offense at USC.
But you
Not
know what,
Mhm.
not only
man?
was he drunk, but he did stank up the jump.
What
So
makes
Hmm.
Steve so great is because Steve understands it's like night and day from what we're doing right now. Steve understands how to get kids involved. Like this guy can
Mhm.
create, yeah, he can create a construct play to get kids involved based off their strengths, what they do best. We don't seem to understand how to do that. And matter of fact, I don't know. I know we don't know how to do that because
we don't know how to
they
do that.
seem to be completely out of line with Kendrick Law right now. So I don't know, dog. I don't know.
You
You know
got
what I'm
think
saying?
about this though, Coach Sean. We still forgetting when Lane Kiffin got, he took the job, but basically got fired, went to Tennessee. Steve Sarkisian called plays in that championship game. And it kind of looked the same like Nick
Mhm.
Sheridan calling plays right now. We
Yeah.
was like get Steve Sarkisian the hell out of town.
Mhm.
He went back this summer, came back, and he called a hell of a damn championship season.
Yeah, and I
But
can kind of understand that one play, I mean, excuse me, one game, you may be a little behind the eight ball a little bit. You may the DC may be a little. I understand. You right. I understand how that could happen. You know. But listen, man, I appreciate all my brothers on here, man. They do an awesome job. You see why these guys are the best at what they do. And until next Saturday, I'll be on with Ty Monday, Monday afternoon, and again on Friday morning. And again, we'll have our last post game for the regular season next Saturday night, man. Hopefully, talking about a big win over one of the most hated teams on our schedule. Man, it, it, at this point, the only way you can go out is with an ass whipping. That's the only way you can go out, man. I mean, there is no other way. Shout out to my Alabama A&M Bulldogs who won today, man. Shout out to Trey, Tracy, Teron. Shout out to Rico. Shout out to all my little young homies who balling, doing their thing.
Oh,
They
we
call me
won the
OG.
Super Bowl today, Coach.
Yeah, hey, yeah, man. It was funny when they call when you young and they call you OG. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. I see JSU doing their thing as usual. I
We
seen
won
that
the Super
Alcorn.
Bowl.
I seen that picture. Somebody had a picture of Alcorn
Yeah,
and that stadium was packed. Boy,
packed.
that was rocking.
It was packed.
It was
Yeah,
rocking. So much
yeah,
love to them guys, man. My brother
yeah,
Coach Carl, he
yeah.
came up with me on homecoming, met some of my teammates, man. We all kicked it, had a good time, man. You know what I mean? God was good, man. Always
yes,
is.
sir.
Thank you to Piano Man who been tapping in with us lately, man. Who
Sir.
blessing us with his knowledge. I'm glad to have OGs on here, man. Guys that I can talk to and really keep me rooted and grounded. You always have people like that around you, man. My brother Coach Jay, who I've been doing this with for a while. You know what I'm saying? My brother Coach Carl, Coach Al, love these dudes, man. Shout out to Ty, wherever you at, Ty, man. We feel the pain, brother. Ty's really, really, really close to the Oklahoma program.
Yep.
Know a lot of people over there. And if somebody get a chance, If y'all see
Jason,
Jason from Hall of Fame Sports, tell Jason all of us on the panel said congrats, big win. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Jason over there, Hall of Fame Sports, man. You know that these guys, Jason came in with that rat poison and then bit us with it, man. He done bit us with that BS, man. Or lowly Oklahoma. I just hope we be able to show up, man. I said, don't
yeah,
fall for it. Don't fall for it, and we fell for it. Not
I'm
us.
gonna send Jason the text on that one. Yeah, one
Yeah,
last thing,
man.
man, before we get out of here, man. I just
Yes,
want to
sir.
say, man, hey, thank the Lord, man, for all of us being able to get on here and just talk
Facts.
Yeah,
football. Even
yeah.
even when we're winning and we're losing, I just want to just say that, man. Just thank the Lord for being a father to all of us, for giving us the
Man.
knowledge, the strength to be able to come on here and sit down and talk to other family members across the world, and
Facts.
just sit here and have just sit here and have the ability to talk football.
That's
Even
it.
Yeah,
even even when we're not feeling good,
that's right.
some of us might be feeling real bad. You know,
Yes,
some of the
sir.
people on our screen, some of our fans, man, they're going through a lot of stuff, man. I just pray that the Lord bless you in your struggles. Lord bless you in your sickness. And you know, and
Facts.
everything just turns out right for you, man. It's just and everything, man. Just and all thing we do, man, we just got to put God first. I know I curse
That's
a
it.
lot and I be upset, but you know, I am 1,000% a Jesus freak. So I'll just say,
That's
Yeah.
it.
Lord, forgive me for my language and my attitude, and I just bless everybody, man. Thank y'all.
That's a whole fact, man. Much love to Jag, Janet, Anitra, everybody, man. My brother Lynn, who always come with the funk, always. Antoine back up in the house. Much love to everybody. Kimberly, man. Curtis White, everybody. My brother K Spray up in here. Everybody, man. You guys are awesome. You guys make this channel what it is. You help me grow. You help all the homies grow. And we all appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate. We'll be back. Let them kick us right now. They gonna kick us. You'll hear a couple of commentators kicking us, and you'll hear them kicking us, man. But it's okay. We'll
Oh,
be back, man. Hey, Lynn, let them
God.
know out there. We'll be back. Damn it.
Say
And
Travis, man.
truthfully, will always be in the details, man. Roll tide to everybody on my panel, my brothers, my broskies. Roll tide to everybody out there. Shout out to Coach I.
Roll
Shout
time.
out to Jason. Shout out to everybody. Ty Hayes, all my brothers, man. We'll be back, man. They got us right now. Shout out to Oklahoma. Big
Yes,
win to
sir.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, man, and
Y'all go
all
blue.
they fans, right?
Right.
Bama will be back, man.
Blues are
Spin the
back.
wheel of doom up next. Roll tide to you all.
Roll